This is Eric Markum, and I hope you're having a wonderful and blessed day. Today's video is going to be on what do you believe? What do you believe? So, once again, I'm going to say that um, in these videos, what I do is I take a video that my mentor has said for the day, and then I take notes, and I put things in my own words. Okay. Um, and so, in um, because he's helped me out so much, you can join his inner circle by, I believe it's going to roberthollis.com/join, JOIN. Okay. Really awesome guy. So this is some notes that I took from what he said. Okay. In his video. And it says, he started off with saying this: we will only do a level of performance based off our belief. So we will only do a level of performance based off our belief. And before we go on, this, to me, this meaning that we're going to perform better when we are more confident in ourselves. We're going to perform better if we think. I guess confidence, I guess, it would be the same thing as thinking more highly of ourselves, right? We have to believe in ourselves in order to perform on a higher level, right? So the thing is where does belief come from? Well, belief comes from faith. Speaking of things that are not as though they are. And a lot of us get belief by watching people, by watching videos. We get belief by, for me, I get belief by reading the Bible. And the Lord tells me of things that, through, it's kind of like through revelation knowledge. Okay. I remember when quick story. I remember when I was first. I remember when I was first going in to pray for people. The Lord I felt led to pray for people for healing and doing deliverances and things like that. And I would watch people on YouTube getting good results and doing these things. And I was passionate about it. And so what I would do is I would just like go and I would go and I'd pray for people and things like that. I was watching videos and things like that, right? And so what I would do is I would watch a video, for example, a guy that had maybe a prayer cloth, and he would get the prayer cloth and he would pray over it, and then he would give it to people, and people were being healed, which, that's also in the Bible, right? And then the shadow. One guy one day was praying with his shadow. He would put his shadow on top of someone's leg or the foot, and the person was healed. And I wanted to do that, right? I wanted to try that out. And so I looked at the video. I got inspired, motivated me. I was like, man, I'm going to go do that. And I'd go out. I'd watch what was done. Then I'd go out and I would perform it. And it always worked. Okay. And so I did the same exact thing and got results. So you have to have a belief that if no matter what it is, no matter if it's praying for the sick, no matter if it is casting out demons, no matter if it is making money online, um, selling shoes, selling just whatever it is. Okay, you have to know that if they can do it, you can do it, right? If they can do it, you can do it. Um, so you learn a skill, and if you want to learn a skill, right, you watch them do it. You believe that you can do it, and you take action. So my mentor, he watched people. He loved working on. He loves working on cars. He used to. Don't know if he still does, but you know, he loved working on cars. And he one time put a V8 in a Chevy Vega, and you have to find people that's going to show you how to do it. Like in my other video, show you how to do it, not tell you how to do it. And people have to show you that they're documented, not tell you that they're documented. See, there's a lot of people that will tell you, let's say it's about making money. They'll tell you that they're documented, and people will go and try to learn from them, but they're really not documented to begin with. And what documentation do you need? You need documentation from somebody who is making the type of income that you want to make, for example, with money, of what you want to make. And he or she, that person has helped other people to achieve that, right? To achieve making of that money. So, for example, my mentor, Robert Hollis, he has helped 67 people make over $1 million a year. Okay, he has helped millions more people to receive an extra payday. 9 of the people out of the 67, it may have been more, but 9 out of the 67 actually own their own network marketing companies that do millions a year. Okay, and so there are people who are famous race car drivers. There are famous singers. There are famous basketball players. There's people who are just famous at just they're well known. They're famous. And how do these people become like that? Well, they became like that because they seeked out a mentor. They seeked out someone who was documented, someone who was the best of the best, right? And they seek these people out, and they started to learn from them. They started watching videos of them. They started to do the things that they do, right? And they become inspired. They do, and they become inspired. And the thing is, in the person, by looking at what they're doing and being inspired by what they're doing, and by being inspired by what they're doing, and just got a little tongue tied here, or mind tied. They will do what that person's doing. Now, do you have to do exactly what they're doing? You can if you want to, right? Or if anything, you can just do a portion of it, for example. Okay. Like, for example, in yesterday's video, I talked about my mentor, that his name was Bill, and he was making $60,000 a month. Okay. Well, Robert Hollis at the time, wasn't really thinking about making $60,000 a month. He was just saying, hey, if I could just make 10% of that, that would help me out a lot, which was, I think, $6,000, right? So for example, like with money, okay? So let me read this right here. So with money, if you're not connecting with strangers and telling them that you can make an extra paycheck for them and their family, right? If you believe that you could do that, then you would do that. See? Because people who procrastinate don't believe that they don't believe. They don't have their faith where it needs to be. People who procrastinate, there's no vision. There's no, what are you going to do with this money? Let's say you want to make $5,000 a month, okay? And you see documentation, everything is set. You see documentation. You see someone that's going to be making this type of money. Now you need to see yourself where you're going to be at, right? And if you don't have that vision, if you don't have that belief, if you don't have that faith, if you're not inspired anymore, then you're not going to take action. You're going to procrastinate. Kind of reminds me of that scripture in the Bible where it talks about Jesus, where the farmer goes out and Jesus told the story as a parable where he was planting the seed, and some fell on the rocky ground and some fell along the path, and things like that. And it was all about the heart, and I think the heart and the mind is, probably two things, simultaneously, or whatever you call it, right? And so the thing is that Jesus illustrated that, or taught that, you had to go out and keep on sowing seed. And it depends on where a person is in their life at that moment. If the seed fell, what happens? They don't have a deep belief in themselves. They're just going to give up. It's not going to take root. You got to keep on planting seed, keep talking to people, keep on inspiring people, and keep telling them about things so that they can be inspired and they can, and they can make, they can believe, how am I going to say it? Believe in themselves, right? So yeah, I keep forgetting what I'm trying to say. It's okay though. It's okay. So let's see. So we need inspiration to motivate us. So whatever you think, for example, that's holding you back, or whatever you want to do, then what you need to do is you need to look up success stories of people, of what you're going through. And when your confidence, when you see these success stories of people, let's say, for example, let's say it's somebody who's dyslexic, or someone who is overweight, just people who have mental health issues, anxiety or PTSD or things like that, right? If these people, you can look these people up on YouTube or just wherever, and you find stories about them. You find stories about them. You find find stories about them and everything. And when you find the stories, your confidence goes up. And when your confidence goes up, um, then so I don't know. Confidence goes up, and then when your confidence goes up, you take more action, right? Um, so find your belief, reach out to others, and learn from them, and learn from other people's mistakes. And that is the end of it. I'm going to go. Thank you for watching. Sorry for all the tongue-tied things today. Um, I'm going to keep on doing better and better with each video. Thank you. Bye for now. God bless you. And remember that if they can do it, you can do it. God bless and have a great day.